Andy stood frozen, the phone still in his hand, his tics flaring worse than ever. His shoulders jerked, his jaw clicked, and he clamped his mouth shut so hard his teeth ached, too scared to let anything else slip out. AK was still shouting, calling him a hypocrite and a bigot, each word landing heavier than the last, even though everyone there knew AK's own channel was full of far worse. Finally, Rancy snapped. "Shut your mouth, AK! You've got no right to judge anyone. We all know exactly what you say online. You're the last person who gets to act like you're better than him." AK went quiet for a second, face burning, then stormed out, slamming the door so hard the walls rattled. But AK didn't just leave the flat, he went straight home and logged on, already typing before he'd even taken his coat off. He posted a long, angry rant, calling Andy out by name, listing every bad word Andy had ever blurted out, and pretending he'd always stood against that kind of thing. He didn't mention his own videos once, and his viewers ate it up. Comment sections filled with people calling Andy trash, while AK got praised for calling it out. Back at the flat, Andy stared at his own channel page. News of his outbursts had spread fast. The YouTube donations they'd relied on dried up overnight. People weren't just angry at the things he'd shouted, they were confused and disappointed, and nobody wanted to support the channel anymore. His views dropped to almost nothing, and messages poured in calling him everything from a bigot to a liar. Every time he tried to type an explanation, his tics took over, his hands shook, he'd jerk forward, and he'd end up deleting whole paragraphs. He knew how it looked. No one cared that the words were out of his control. They only saw what he'd said. Even old friends from years ago were unfollowing him, saying they couldn't support someone like that. Then Sasha sent one final message, just like she'd warned. "I gave you both so many chances. I can't stay around this hate or the lies. My family's watching. Don't try to reach any of us again." Rancy went quiet too. He'd stood up for Andy, but even he couldn't ignore how bad things had got. "I believe you," he said softly, sitting on the edge of the couch. "I know you don't mean it, but nobody else is going to listen until you get help. We can't keep living like this. Donations are gone, we've barely got money for food, and the K's making it his mission to ruin you." Andy nodded, eyes stinging. He messaged 3 different doctors, begging for an appointment, but everyone said there was a waiting list of months. He tried uploading a short video just to tell the truth about his condition, but within minutes, AK had shared it with his own followers, twisting every word to make Andy sound like he was just making excuses. By the time the sun went down, the silence in the flat felt heavier than shouting. Andy had lost almost everything he'd ever built. Snoop M and 50 Cent hadn't just been disappointed, they'd unfollowed him everywhere and removed every link or mention of him they'd ever shared. Sasha was gone for good. Snoop was halfway across the world with AK's ex-wife, and AK was still online, acting like the hero of the story. Rancy put a hand on his shoulder. "We've got nothing left here," he said, "but we've still got each other. We just have to figure out how to start over, properly this time."